for some, but very lucky for us. Oh, we're live. Oh my God, we're live again. It's a Monday night. G'day, I'll just double check on YouTube on my other screen if we're live. And if it is, we've got people waiting already. It's kicking over. And good evening, folks. Good evening. Keithy Broome here in Brisbane. It's been a brilliant day again. It's amazing when you're in a great climate how happy you feel when you wake up in the morning. The sun's shining and you can go for a walk with your dogs and have a coffee in the local park and talk to people. We all got T-shirts and shorts on, and it's a very nice environment. It does lend to having a pleasant lifestyle. You sort of feel half on holiday when you're walking your dogs in the morning. And that's the reason I want to do online and be very, very good at what I do online. But I'm learning. And this is the whole thing about what we're here tonight for, folks. It's to learn and get some knowledge. Swiss Gold Global, that's us back there, up there. 2008, 9 years we've been going. And this is number 13, Swiss Gold Global Australia Hangout. 10 and 3 is 13. So that's over 3 months we've been going, doing our Monday night Hangouts. And the reason we do this is to help people get some information about our company, about Bitcoin, about Ethereum, Litecoin, Dashcoin, Zcash, Monero, and all the different altcoins that we're mining through Swiss Gold Global, and our affiliate program. I want to touch on that tonight, Cloudy, because that's your domain. You're our #1 affiliate, and I want you to sort of quickly explain in 2 minutes or less how that is. We've got another couple of guests on, but the disappointing thing straight off the bat is that our CEO, Bill Rowell, is still in a plane heading to Dubai. Now, he underestimated, or the flight was longer than he thought, so he hasn't touched down yet to jump on the call. So I spoke to Bill via Messenger just before today, and the questions I asked have been passed on to Claudia. So Claudia has all the information. So you folks are on there. G'day Philip, g'day Glenn, g'day Michelle, g'day Pauline. All you folks watching, there's more watching, just say g'day on the chat box and fire your questions up there, because I want to ask a lot of questions tonight. Heaps and heaps and heaps of questions. So start typing straight away, and I'll quickly introduce everybody. First off is a very, very good evening to our #1 affiliate, our gold ambassador. No, you're a platinum ambassador. You're better than gold, you're platinum. Platinum ambassador, Claudia Eifert. And good evening to you, Claudia. You've just come back from the US. What's it like to be home?
Well, good evening or good morning in my time. So yeah. I got it a little bit wrong. So I didn't realize we had a time change here. So I got a little bit rushed. Well, you know, first of all, your introduction here this morning, you know, made me a little bit jealous, because I'm in Germany back, and no, it's not nice sunshine, and no, we don't have nice weather, and no, we cannot walk our dog in the morning in the park because it's dark. So anyway, but hey, it's great. Yes, how it was in the US, it was wonderful. We actually completed 1 year, that is with cryptocurrency mining.
Very good. Congratulations.
When I went on tour last year in the US, and I just before I went on tour last year to US, I was actually telling our affiliates there, read about cryptocurrency. You got to read something about Bitcoin. You got to get into a wallet. When I come, you got to have a wallet in cryptocurrency. Bitcoin was at $600. What, a little bit under $600. I mean, they have made a blast. You have people there making, like, on a daily basis. Now, don't get me wrong, on a daily basis, $500 and plus. We have folks that are making $1,000 daily plus residual. What do they have to do?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Wow.
It's really mind-blowing. I mean, amazing. So they did listen. Not everybody did listen. No, of course not. The great majority, as they always do, they do not listen, correct? So some did listen, the great majority not. And the great majority want to come on board now, which is okay, which is fine. It's still early days, but it's just amazing.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, that's awesome. You had a great enlightening trip to the US. There's so many people there. There's over 300 people in the US, so there's a huge market for us, Swiss Gold Global. There's actually a massive market here in Australia with 24 million, and there's only 6 of us in Swiss Gold Global, isn't it? You, me, and Paul, and 2 or 3 others, I think. No, there's more than that, and but there's such potential in every country, every single country in the world for us, for people, as you say. Last year, oh, maybe or maybe not, and then now everybody wants to. So it's a tsunami happening of people want to join us. Paul Wicks on the Gold Coast, how are you, mate? You can unmute yourself. And you know, it's another sunny day in Queensland. It's one of the best states in the whole world to live, isn't it, mate?
I don't know where I get time to get out and do Swiss Gold Global. It's just such a beautiful way to operate. Yeah. What would a Bitcoin ambassador be? Would that be higher than a platinum?
Claudia, we don't have a Bitcoin ambassador, do we? That's
we have an ambassador rank, obviously, and then there are coming quite a few more ranks till you get it to platinum. Yeah. Platinum,
yeah. No Bitcoin. There's no. Well, platinum is in the gold and silver part. What Paul's alluding to is that maybe we should have a Bitcoin ambassador. Maybe is that the next level above you? Then that'll give you something to strive for. What do you reckon?
Not bad.
Not bad. All right. Fantastic. So we haven't got Bill on. Thanks very much, Paul. G'day there, and welcome on the call again this week. We haven't got Bill here, so there's a lot of people want to know, obviously, the number one question, what everyone wants to know is that our major partner is Genesis Mining, who provide the contracts and pay us through Swiss Gold Global every day without fail. I can tell everyone off the bat, if you're brand new to the company and you're thinking about joining, you've just joined as a free member, how does the payment work? Well, it's every day. I get an email every day. There is Bitcoin flowing into my Bitcoin account here in Australia every single day. And that is the key point about all the, if I can just spin around here, Bitcoin, Dashcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Zcash, and Monero. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Monero. And there's six of them that are available. You have the option to get paid in Bitcoin. And that is what we're all here for. Bitcoin is going ballistic. There's a few, any questions, folks? You know, I don't want to do all the talking. You got Glenn, you got Doug. G'day, Doug. How are you in Toowoomba? And you got Andy in Liverpool in the United Kingdom. G'day, mate. How you going? We'll just go to the price now. Bitcoin, 7,402 American dollars. 7,402. It is. It's stabilised today. Now there's only 16,666,362 Bitcoins have been mined out of 21 million. So that means there's now 4,332,000 left to be mined over the next 123 years. And that's a question people ask, well, how come the price is going up? It's only a limited supply. There's only 4.5 million left, and then the whole lot will be out there, all being traded and moved around, bought and sold by everybody. And that will create a demand for Bitcoin, and the price will go up. And will it go up that, you know, you can, if you need to buy another pair of glasses or sunglasses for, say, $20, with a Bitcoin at $7,000, how are you going to buy that? Well, Bitcoin has 8 zeros, 0.000000. So you can break it all the way down to 100 million. Now, I like to show people, especially here in Australia, because they freak out when they see this. I just show them my XE app. Now, can you see that? $9,584. Wow, for one Bitcoin in Australian dollars. So things are just going excitingly well with Bitcoin. But the great thing about our products is all of our packages, all of our mining packages, you can just get paid in Bitcoin. Ethereum, Litecoin, Dashcoin, Zcash, and Monero, you can get paid in Bitcoin. So you buy your contracts for $20, or sorry, for $30. I think the Zcash is $47.99, all those, and then you get paid in Bitcoin, which goes back to your wallet. And if you leave it sitting there and Bitcoin goes up, you earn from your contracts, then you earn from Bitcoin going up. It's like a win-win situation. So people are worried about the Bitcoin contracts themselves coming back because they are paying at a slightly higher rate. Now, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions, and you can talk for as long as you like, Claudia, about Bitcoin not being available. When's it coming back? You speak with the Genesis Mining people regularly because you're in Germany. The Zcash is performing well as far as returns. Ethereum seems to be bobbing up and down. It's about 297 at the moment. It was to 305, 310. It's hovering around there. It's not sort of kicking on at the moment. And Monero. So we've got Ethereum, Zcash, and Monero available, 3. So can you give us your thoughts on those and what people should be doing? That's question 1. Now, question 2 is that I'd like you to explain, not like Prem does over 15 minutes and takes up the whole hangout. He'll be on in a minute. I'm just saying that before he comes on because he loves to talk. He loves to chat, old Prem. It's great because he's got some awesome information. But why would someone like join as a free customer and get started, which is good, but why would they go to the next step of becoming an affiliate? A lot of people are a little bit unsure about that. Sure, join as a free customer, get your contracts going, learn the business, and then just want you to explain a little bit about the affiliate thing. So that's 2 questions, and then I'll ask you a couple of questions, Paul, and then Prem should be on after. He's actually on a school run, dropping his kids off in his pajamas, so hopefully he doesn't get out of the car. Go ahead, Claudia. Bitcoin contracts. Can we start with that, mate?
All right, sure, we can start with that. Well, I'm yes in contact with Genesis, obviously, so they like me. You know, how can they not? You know, of course they do. Well, we're going actually next week to Munich, which is, of course, it's just a drive away from here, from myself, and so we're going to have more updates then. We know so far it's going to be probably the first week in December. So it's now really getting close. It wasn't so close, which we thought, which actually was supposed to be a few weeks ago. But, you know, the thing is, which people don't understand, there is so much global demand. Then there is so much on mining equipment just available, which of course Genesis get everything off. But then there is the delivery times, then there is the jurisdictional times. So that actually with all those changes in jurisdictions going around the world, do they make it taxable, not taxable, whatever? I mean, all those different times changes with it, that delays as well. So, but they're now getting closer to it, and so in a couple of weeks, I hope by next week we can give an update for the exact date, and I believe it's going to be the first week in December. But you know what? I'm not really bothered about that. Sure, it would be great, and I would buy more Bitcoin contracts, but I'm buying a lot of Monero and I'm buying a lot of Zcash contracts right now. Why? Well, because, hey, when you just calculate, you almost make the money back in your first year of mining. In your second year of mining, you're making around 60 to 70% just on the pure returns on the Monero or on the Zcash, for example, as per right now. But then if you also take into account if you get paid out in Bitcoin, you know, the Bitcoin is constantly It's constantly rising. So you have a double win there. I mean, why wait for Bitcoin contracts to come back if you can cash in right now with the Zcash and the Monero contracts? You know, it just doesn't make sense. So therefore, I'm really, really bullish on that. On the affiliate side, very simple. You know what? I'm a little bit not greedy, but greedy, it's the wrong word, but I'm a little bit, don't really like to spend my Bitcoin. So I don't like to spend my Bitcoin. I like to spend my fiat currency. That's what I like to spend, and I like to save my Bitcoin because, well, if you listen to the investment forum in the Cayman Island, they said, you know, clearly, or Bitcoin or gold or both is going to be, of course, the reserve is going to be the hedge against inflation. It's going to be that in the future. So I might as well want to have more Bitcoin, right? So on the affiliate side, very simple. We have such a simple affiliate plan. you have a $50 monthly consumption. Now, when you look at all the other affiliate marketing companies, network companies, which are not Ponzi, I don't speak about the Ponzi where you buy ad packs and you invest more ad packs and more ad packs, and then eventually it must crash because it's not sustainable. I'm talking about a real affiliate company, network marketing company, where you have a shampoo, where you have a real product, where you have, let's say, we met a lot of people in the US, Legal Shield, and all those, service network marketing companies. You have a monthly consumption. It's clear, because out of the monthly consumption, obviously, the network is going to get paid. And so we have a $50, actually we have a less than $50 monthly consumption. Why? Well, because, or either you get silver, which is real money, and silver is totally undervalued. So I'm expecting silver to just go so much up eventually. Or you're going to get more mining, which of course, it's more money. So you're really just paying $37 in a program you spend where you get services, where you get your precious metals cheaper, where you get affiliate program, meaning where you can get from the customers you introduce more money. Why? Because you get a higher payout, and where you can build a global business. So it's $37. What is it? It's not even, it's $1 something a day, which you spend in a service, which gives you all the personal development, all the knowledge, all the other things, to the possibility to make money. It's just a no-brainer. How it works, it's just so simple. I mean, yesterday I was just having coffee with my friends. I was catching up, and finally they follow me on Facebook. Finally, amen. And they say, Claudia, this Bitcoin, I looked into it and I really want to get into it. I said, well, what do we spend just for coffee here? What, €4 for one coffee, $4.50 for another piece of cake? So you're basically almost at 10 euros. Well, with that, you already could have a global business, and you didn't have to worry tomorrow waking up, because all what they were talking about, or tomorrow they have to wake up because it's Monday. So it's true. I mean, I had to wake up this morning, and I almost slept in because I didn't realize that the time changed, Kitty. So
yeah.
It was last minute that I did wake up. But because I normally, stay up until, or I sleep until I finished, sleeping, then that's when I get up, because this is what I can do when I own a global business. I don't have to worry about that. And Bram is there, that's great. And so, but it's just so easy when you have 5 people working with you. Now, you just said before, Kitty, how many people are just in your everyday you're working with. You're working at least with 5 people on a daily basis, correct?
Correct, yes, that's right. 5, maybe 10.
Yeah, but I mean 5 really close, right?
Yeah, close. Yeah,
really close to you. So with 5 people, you already don't pay any more for your monthly, and you get your gold or silver for free, and you get your mining. So that's already covering. You have no spend. You don't spend anything. Now, if you refer that with 5 people, and you help them build this business, you're very, very easily making really, really nice money. And is it hard to share with us? No, because even now the financial markets in Germany, even the financial markets anywhere in the world, catch on to Bitcoin. So it's just such an easy conversation to get people into. I think never in the history it has been easier in affiliate marketing or network marketing like it is right now with Bitcoin. So I don't even have to really look for people. People come to me, or people come to you, obviously, because of the Hangouts, because you're out there, because it's just so easy to engage people. It's really easy to engage. So that's my point of view of it. You have almost no consumption. I mean, it's so little less to get into the program, which honestly, with the pricing in Australia, I mean, what is it? It's like a vegetarian burger, your monthly authorship, right?
We don't, there's no vegetarians in Australia. We all eat meat. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I know. Kangaroo. So
there's that many kangaroos here, Cloudy. We've got to get rid of them somewhere. So it's the old Kanga burger and chips. Yum, yum, yum. Wash it down with a beer.
No, poor kangaroo. I could never do that. No. Anyway, so, but it's true. I mean, a veggie burger, what does it cost? I was at Bill's brother's Melbourne Brown Cow Bar, which is really a great place to be. Over $30. I mean,
yeah, crazy.
All right. I prefer to own a global business.
Yeah, exactly, exactly right. That very, very good points, and as always, Paul. Now, Bitcoin. I just looked up on our back office. G'day, Prem. How are you, mate? I'll just say g'day. The school run is done, mate, and you're out of your pajamas, mate. You're respectable, are you? Yeah, good. Okay, I'll get to you in a second, mate. I'll just quickly chat to Paul here. Zcash is Ethereum is. I'm just following on what Claudia said. Ethereum is $30 for a contract, get paid in Bitcoin. Zcash is $47.99, get paid in Bitcoin. And Monero is $49.99, get paid in Bitcoin. The great thing about all those three prices, they're American dollars, right? They are fixed at the moment, like $30, $47.99, $49.99. So when you earn in Bitcoin back and then you go to buy another one, Bitcoin price has gone up. So it actually, the $47.99 costs you less in Bitcoin to buy your next package. Do you follow that, what I'm trying to say?
Yes. Yep.
So by mining in these altcoins and getting paid in Bitcoin, which goes up, these packages end up costing you less as you go along. How's that for thinking? You know, you don't get that thinking when you're a vegetarian, Claudia. This is all meat coming from good bloody protein, I can tell you. Anyway, Paul, go ahead.
Well, yeah, look, we've been buying Ethereum contracts. Everywhere you read on Coin News or Bitcoin News, everything's positive about Ethereum. So that's been our concentration in my team. Zcash and the others, Monero, we're learning. Claudia did tell us about that a couple of weeks ago, and so did Prem. Prem put a very good, what would you say, a very good script about how those two particular coins are going to evolve. But Ethereum is one that's on everybody's lips down here.
We'll go to Prem live in London. He's back off the school bus. Are you actually driving the school bus, or are you no, just your own vehicle, dropping your kids off, mate? Oh, can't hear you, mate. Sorry, no, can't hear you. Sorry. We'll just you'll have to jump off. Yeah, okay. So he's going to have to jump on and jump off. Claudia, I'll go back to you because Glenn has asked the question. Because there's going to be a huge rush for Genesis mining for us at Swiss Gold Global and various other companies, he's asking, do you think Genesis is going to run out of Bitcoin contracts again straight away?
I don't know. I really don't know. And we're working on a plan, of course, to obviously that, you know, the point is you got to limit it. You got to be fair. So Genesis already spoke in the last meeting with it to limit it sort of the contracts, meaning that, you know, that you, because to be honest, I mean, it's the people coming in, they're putting in millions. So, you know, so to distribute it equally. So I don't know. I really don't know. Yes, you should rush, but I think we want to distribute it very, very fair and equally, but also we're working on plan B. So as you know, Bill has been very busy in the US and in really lots of different plans in place in order to have a constant supply of Bitcoin mining. So we do, and Genesis, of course, is growing as well. So we are all growing on all ends, whilst demand as well as growing. But we're going to be equally fair so that nobody is going to miss out.
Okay, great. Well, I'll just exaggerate that point you just made, which is a major point for our entire company. So if you're listening, all you people watching, hope you're sharing this. Whatever you're doing right now, just stop. You're watching this and then click on this link and put it on your timeline and share it and tell all your friends now to join right now and listen to what we're saying. This is major news for our company. Share the link right now. Plan B and Plan C. The owner is on his way back to Dubai from the United States. We had major meetings in Los Angeles with other companies regarding our company Plan B. Obviously, Genesis Mining, as Claudia has rightfully said, are a massive billion-dollar company in the last 12 months. And I believe their new mining farm is bigger, Claudia, than the last one that they had. Is that what they're building?
You know, the thing is, I'm not so good in numbers, Keedy, as you know, so therefore I can't remember. I just know it's huge, and I just know the money you can make with Swissquote Global is great in numbers too. I'm just not a numbers person. I just know I get the numbers.
Are you trying to say you don't worry about anything under $1 million? Is that what you said? Just $1 million and upwards? Yeah. Okay. I never want to go shopping with you, Claudia. I never want to go shopping with you.
Actually, you know, that's a funny thing. I'm not a shopping queen. I do absolutely dislike shopping. I dislike shopping. I like shopping for gold, silver, platinum, precious metals, investments, and cryptocurrency.
Okay, right. Fantastic. Very, very good. Prem, we'll try you now. Can we hear you?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, loud and clear, mate. Loud and clear.
Oh, awesome, awesome.
Pajamas, work shirt on, and school run over, mate.
Yeah, so it was, sorry. Hello, everybody. First of all, thanks for having me on this Hangout, Keithy, and hello to all the panel and all the viewers. I don't drive to school. I walk my children to school. It's a lovely wooded area. We go strolling, and it's autumn now, so we're kicking leaves and stuff, and it's really good fun. And this is one of the reasons why I didn't want to be stuck on the 16th floor of a soulless bank, crunching numbers on behalf of other people. I get to live my life, and this is why I believe financial freedom is so important to me, because I want to be there for my children, because my own father was so busy, he was never there for me. And I want to learn from that. I want to improve on that. So I'm not saying he was a bad father, but he did what he could do best, and I want to try and do it a little better. So that's all I'm saying. Yeah. I picked up some of the conversations earlier. I just have some little thing to share with you. Bitcoin is up 68% in a month, right? Let's put that in context. If you had $1,000, oh, forget 1,000. If you had $100 to put in a mining contract a month ago, but $100 a month ago, you were ready with dollars, Aussie, American, whatever. You were ready with your dollars, but there weren't any contracts available for Bitcoin, right? So why didn't you just buy the coin instead of putting your money into anything that may collapse or not be sustainable, or isn't paying you a fair and transparent amount of mining? This is why Genesis is sold out, and there are a few others that are still going, because those who understand mining will never go just anywhere. So if you had $100 a month ago and simply bought Bitcoin, not because you wanted to make money out of it, but because it's a good place to park your dollars. I mean, it's a good garage. Bitcoin is a perfect garage to park your dollars. And suddenly it's up 68%. So now when the mining contracts become available, you can buy 68% more mining with the same Bitcoin.
Right. You are a mathematician, Prem. There's no doubt about you, mate.
Oh, no, I failed maths in school.
Yeah, that's right. All this from kicking leaves on the way to school with your kids, mate. It's amazing, isn't it, how nature takes its course. There's my dogs. There's someone trying to sell American dollars at the door-to-door. My dogs are chewing them off.
Awesome.
Can I ask you, what you've hit on is what I've been thinking about and talking to people about, is that if you've got a bank account, most people traditionally would say, well, we want to go for a holiday at the end of the year. Let's put $50 a week away in our savings account and just save for Christmas, or save for our birthday, or save for our anniversary, for a lovely weekend away, or we'll take the kids to this, or we'll go on a 7-day cruise on a boat. Why don't people do that now with Bitcoin, Prem? Why don't they put $30, $40 away a week into a Bitcoin account and have that same philosophy? Where's that lost in transition? Is no one talking about that? Go ahead.
Well, no, the thing is, some of the people are clearly doing that, because I am one of those people doing that. I get into Bitcoin so that with the use of Bitcoin, I can spread out into some other coins. Now, I mentioned Ethereum and Monero being discussed earlier on. Listen, Bitcoin is today taking everybody by surprise. Even those who love Bitcoin and have been faithful to Bitcoin for a while, they're amazed how quickly it's gone up. But where Bitcoin was 18 months ago, that's where Monero and Ethereum are today, right? And remember, they have their own use, they have their own function. They may never be head of state, if you like, but they will have a ministerial portfolio in the crypto economy. They will have some function to play. So let's not ignore the fact that as long as they're quality coins, you are okay on the one hand. On the other hand, anything put in your bank, actually, Australians should know this more than me, but in 2012, or was it 2014, people met in Adelaide, Australia. That's the international bankers met there, and they decided that all the major economies in the world would enact legislation without telling their own people. This is known as the Adelaide Bank Bail-in Conference. It was a summit. They call it a summit, right? So they tell us to pay more taxes to help prevent greenhouse gases, and then they all fly to Adelaide and hold a conference to help themselves to your money in your bank. So no matter how you look at it, your money actually is not only earning very little in the bank, it's earning very little in interest, which is supposed to earn, right? It's earning very little in interest, but at the same time, it's actually going down in purchasing power. Now, if you know one of your local oldies who's been around for 90 plus years, and I mean, not Keithy's generation, but obviously the previous generation, ask them, what did an Aussie dollar buy in their youth? And what does it buy today? It's a no-brainer, right? The paper money will always lose value. So you're not only losing value, you're not earning any interest, and it's got very little chance of returning or shooting up 68% in a month. Even if you discovered brand new aluminium, bauxite, gold deposits all across the country, even if you had brand new diamond mines in the outback, even if you had suddenly huge productivity, you would still not see a 68% monthly gain in the Aussie dollar, because it is just impossible. But it is possible with the cryptocurrency. So if you want to save on for a holiday or for Christmas or whatever, put some crypto aside, and guess what? By the time you're ready to pay for that holiday, you might get yourself an upgrade thanks to Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. No question about that. And that's a good point that everyone, hopefully when you're sharing this link, because the information you pick up here can change your life pretty rapidly if you put a couple of things in place. Now, what we've got behind us, Swiss Gold Global, we've got all these Bitcoin and altcoins getting paid in Bitcoin. And for the reason, with the company I'm with, which is CoinJar, they have a payment system from your savings account called BPay, Bill Pay or something like that. But it can be automatically every week. You can tell your savings account to send $30, $40, $50 automatically without you having to do anything into your Bitcoin account automatically every week. So it's like a direct debit set up. So I encourage people here in Australia, just join CoinJar or join any Bitcoin wallet and just start putting money in there. Just convert your local currency into Bitcoin. And that can lead on exactly as Prem said. Even if you're saving for a holiday and buy a couple of mining contracts, and then the money's going up, you upgrade from a regular to business class, whatever you've got. Now, there's no more. I can't believe there's no more questions. Everything must be happening. One of the looks like we've got a vegetarian in England who's talking about the poor kangaroos, Claudia. I don't think he's a vegetarian. That's Andy Murray, not the tennis player. I spoke to him the last week. He's too busy serving volleying to get involved with cryptocurrency. But maybe there's and that's the thing. There's a lot of big stars that are earning lots of US dollars, and they're probably putting it into crypto if they've got a smart manager who's
I should reach out to all my ex-tennis friends.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
In my young years, I used to hang out around them. I actually met Mark Philippoussis, Patrick Rafter, all of them.
All right. Yeah. What are they doing? They have any inkling into cryptocurrency, do you think?
I have no idea. I have lost a little bit contact. I'm actually contacting right now with Byron Talbot. I don't know if you know those guys, South African tennis players. Because I did hang out in the circuit. I really did hang out in the circuit there. So I'm gonna start talking to them.
Tennis player, Claudia.
Sort of. I was in my early young years, you know.
So we're learning a little bit more. Are you a serve and volley, or you're a baseliner?
No, I was sitting and watching. So my ex-boyfriend was in the number 20 or so.
Oh, right. Okay, great. Awesome. So amazing things you hear and what you learn on one of our hangouts. The next 6 months, obviously, there's a hard fork coming up again. There seems to be a hard fork every month or every 3 or 4 weeks. It's ridiculous. Claudia, can you fill us in on the hard fork coming up? It's apparently the 16th, is it, of November? Is that right?
I mean, I like to eat with a knife and fork, but as of the fork, you know, it's a different thing. So I don't think so much. You see, the thing is that, I'm taking it really simple. Prem knows to explain it really well because he really gets into it. I'm the simple person. I just know buy Bitcoin, get Bitcoin, and have the simple concept about Bitcoin, know how to spend it, that's how to save it, and so on. That's my thing, and know to make money. But I'm not so much into debt because I think it's too complicated all. And I don't need to know all this complicated. I need to have it easy. So when we go into debt, this is Prem because he knows to explain it better.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Mr. Encyclopedia, Bear Grylls' brother-in-law, Prem Jahal. Well, you're kicking leaves down the street, so you're in nature. How does nature have anything to do with a Bitcoin hard fork? And why are they continuing to come up every couple of months, which sends the average person who has no idea what a Bitcoin fork is and why it's happening into a panic to start selling their Bitcoin or not going into other things because of what they've heard might happen, Prem?
Right, sure. Just going back to your vegetarian discussion real quickly, I really appreciate people who choose vegetarianism because of what they decide to ingest into their body for health reasons, especially those who go into sort of, how is it grown, what chemicals were used in the process, etc. So I appreciate that. Vegetarianism for religious reasons, I totally reject. Any kind of food intake that is dictated by religion, I just cannot get my head around. Why should somebody lay down certain rules, etc. Right? So that's one thing. Why am I saying that? Is because a hard fork in the Bitcoin network is like going genetically modified. All right. So someone created organic Bitcoin, which is good, wholesome, sufficient. But then comes this argument that it's not growing fast enough. There are people still starving. It's not feeding enough people. So someone comes up with this idea, hey, let's genetically modify the blockchain. Let's have our own genetically modified code, which we as a corporate entity will keep the rights and the entitlements to. So basically, people trying to hijack the phenomenon that is Bitcoin, and that's why they keep coming up with these folks. If you look at any of the original supporters, those who blog, write books, Andreas Antonopoulos is one of them, but there are many, many others. There's a lot of people, clever people from China and Singapore that have been, and Hong Kong, they've been into Bitcoin for a very long time. And they, if you look at their Twitter handle, they've added a name, and in the bracket they say no to X. So what they're saying is this segregated witness to X. It's a rebellious movement. Say no to it. We are with Bitcoin. We are with the organic, original, wholesome, healthy Bitcoin. The reason these other rebels want to have a hard fork in the first place By the way, soft forks are going to keep happening all throughout the life of Bitcoin. That's just a software upgrade. That's just like accepting, okay, you've got a new version available, update your operating system, agree, terms agree, boom, done, nothing to worry about. It's the same old system, but slightly better looking, slightly better functioning, with some easier things for you to handle. So that's a soft fork, very easy. Hard fork means someone comes along and says, oh, you've got an iPhone, have you? I've got this Android here, and you know, Androids are better for this reason and that reason, and you should come over to my side. So they want more of the Bitcoin mining power in the whole network. Remember, Bitcoin today has the largest interconnected computer network on the planet that was never foreseen. It's the Bitcoin mining capacity, the calculations that take place are greater than all the government-owned supercomputers on the planet put together, and private companies haven't got that much muscle as your average CIA and governments normally do. So Bitcoin is the sudden phenomenon that has masses and masses of mining power. And what these rebels want is they want to just, somebody's bothered to put that together, and somebody wants to come along and say, hey, what about if we have a genetically modified Bitcoin where you basically take some of that existing mining power and divert it to us. So for doing absolutely nothing, for out of the blue, out of nowhere at all, without putting in any money or effort, these people want more and more of that mining power to come towards their genetically. So it's basically like your water resources. You know, you can feed the farm that has organic, wholesome grain, or you can feed the same water supply, if you have limited of it, water supply to the genetically modified farm. Which of the two farms are you going to feed? So if you said, no, we are going to stick with the original, it is healthy for the benefit of us, our children, and future generations, we're going to stick to what nature gave us rather than what a bunch of quack scientists came up with in the name of science and created something to supposedly alleviate hunger, and yet people are still starving anyway. So that is where I would give an analogy or an example. And these forks are nothing to fear. Forks make people greedy, including normal people like myself. I get greedy. So I was thinking I should maybe sell all my, excuse me, all my altcoins, go back into Bitcoin, because for all the Bitcoin I would get a free forked Bitcoin, whatever next fork that comes up, I'd get it for free. That's the motivation of dumping everything else and going back into Bitcoin. But that should not be the motivation. So I actually didn't do it. I've got some Bitcoin that I'm holding. There I will get my allocation of the free coin, whatever, on the in the middle of November, or if it gets delayed or whatever, I will get an allocation of some sort. Excuse me. But I'm not really destroying the remaining portfolio. I wish I had sold just to avoid the temporary losses, but it's okay. You know, there's enough growth potential in all of the cryptocurrency market that unfortunately even the fake ones will make you money if you get into some of them. The genuine ones will make you money over the long term and they'll not lose you any money, but the fake ones will definitely lose you money. So you have to be a little careful about how you want to play it. Some people just want to chance it and play a lottery and go into it and make some money and come back out again. But if you are unlucky with that, you're losing good money, you know. What
about the returns on Zcash and Monero? Are you sort of up to speed? Claudia pointed out that, you know, there are some good returns for Zcash and Monero, and you mentioned it was at the same stage that Bitcoin was last year.
So Zcash and Monero, in terms of the profitability of the mining, are roughly where Bitcoin was 18 months ago. Remember, now Bitcoin is sold out. Everybody's going crazy to get their hand on the contracts. 2 years ago, we had to plead with people, or a year and a half ago, we were telling people, please just try $30 worth of a contract. Just see how it works for you, right? And now we have to tell people 30,000, sorry, we don't have that much, right? So this is the change that's happened. So November last year, when Swiss Gold Global, around this time last year, started opening up some of the contracts for mining that included Ethereum came earlier, Bitcoin and Ethereum came earlier, and the rest opened up a little later. Bitcoin was returning 58% per year. So people are like, 58%, that's not much really. It's not really, you know, I don't know, 58, yeah, but it's Bitcoin, isn't it? It's risky. I don't know. Is it genuine? What if it disappears? What if this? What if that? And then now, a year later, that same contract from a year ago is already returned me over 150, 60% over the last year. But that same contract is still going. It's still giving gas and now returning 220% now in my second year. In the first year, it gave me 150. It started with 55, gave me 170 plus. And actually, if I put it another way, because I earned some of these contracts as a bonus rather than paying them myself, the percentage gain cannot simply be calculated. So for the amount of money I put into a Bitcoin mining contract, I'm actually sitting on more than 4,000% return. 4,000% return. Can I complain? Should I complain?
Not at all, mate. Not at all. Just keep doing your school runs. You'll be as happy as Larry, mate. Don't worry about that.
Yes, absolutely.
Claudia, now, a couple of things just to finish off, because we're going, it's nearly 50 minutes. With the website and the improvements, can you give us an update maybe in the app? Is that completed, the app?
Yeah, yes, I can. So before Bill yesterday flew out, and I think he has still another 6-7 hours to go. It's a long flight. He's told me that by the end of the month, they're definitely going to come out here. They're on target.
Okay, for the apps, that is. Okay, great, awesome. So we've got about three. So the three things I want people to take away from tonight are that obviously website upgrades are going. Some people are finding it hard to get in on the occasion. You've got to clear your cookies and re-log out and try just typing in Swiss Gold Global in Google to go on that way. Normally that works.
That will change soon as well. So I think this will change probably in about something like 2 weeks or so. I heard that this is not going to happen anymore.
All right. Okay, cool. Excellent. Point number 2, that Genesis Mining, from your point, and you're going to meet with them next week or talk to them next week, that the mining contracts of Bitcoin should go on sale within the next few weeks, get an idea of the date in the next few weeks. And hopefully there'll be enough that people can buy a few contracts to get them going. If they are building a massive farm in Sweden, then that may run for maybe a month or 2 months or whatever for contracts. But then Zcash and Monero are performing well. And what we haven't touched on is Bill's favorite word, and that's compounding. If you folks are buying contracts and you've been getting paid in Bitcoin, every time you got $30 in your Bitcoin account, or every time you got $47.99 and Bitcoin's going up, you're actually buying a Zcash or Monero contract or Ethereum contract for less money because Bitcoin has gone up in value. So you're getting cheaper contracts to make more profit, to make more profit, to make more profit, that compound. So you can actually accelerate right now, and as well as waiting till Bitcoin comes along. That's point 2. And also the big point is that Plan B and Plan C are in vogue, and that's what Bill's been doing the last week or in LA, and that's in the forefront of his mind, to have a Plan B for Swiss Gold Global, which he'll unveil at the right time, being the owner of the business. He'll make that decision. So there's a few people asking the questions. There's no good asking because we won't get an answer so until Bill's ready, which is fair enough. But all this is very positive and proactive stuff, that Bitcoin is going up in price. We've got 3 awesome mining contract products, Ethereum, Zcash, and Monero, you can buy straight away. And the other thing that we're tipping on is that a lot of people really got to focus on, if they wish to be successful as in a team building way, is that join as a free member and get to know the business, and then become an affiliate and focus on just 5 people. So become an affiliate, $50 a month. So you can either buy a package like I did for $7.97, and that's your whole year's $50 worth paid up front, or just buy the mining package for $170, or the bit of gold and silver for $250, and then $50 a month. But then get 5 people involved with the same mindset as you, who want to build a team, who want to grow and get those payments. And like Claudia said, it's very, very spot on. Once you get 5 people involved and they're paying their $50 a month, the commission you get from the commission pool of the $50 a month will take care of your $50. So you're an affiliate for nothing. You're actually earning money with helping your 5 people. And then you help
less than $50, remember, $37.50.
$37.50.
Yeah, because the other you get already in silver, or you're going to get Bitcoin mining. Remember, it's just the vegetarian burger without the kangaroo.
Oh, that's right. My apologies. Yes, my apologies. I've just got a Bailey leaf stuck in my teeth. Sorry, I'll have to. That's right, because every $50 commission payment per month contains 25% of your choice, either silver or Ethereum at the moment. So you do get value in that $50 at 25%. It's $37.50. The 75% goes to the company and paid for the other affiliates. So help 5 people. That's what it comes down to. Help 5 people really, really do well, and then everything goes away from you. And then help those 5 people with their 5 people. And so you just branch out and help and help and help. And Claudia, without going into numbers, you've helped thousands of people because you've been in the business for so long, and the gold and silver now. And that's all you do, isn't it? You just help people.
Absolutely, that's just what I do. That's why I say, like, I mean, I appreciated like all the knowledge and the depth we could go into it, but I'm taking it more the easier approach, you know, because I like more so the simpler approach, because I'm quite simple in that terms. And yes, all over the world, because again, what do people need? They don't need the Bitcoin, they don't need the dollar, they don't need the gold. It's the means, what it can do for them. It's the means of freedom. If you have more income coming in while you sleep that you can spend when you are awake, well, you know, then you can walk your children to school. Then you can, to enjoy and be on the beach and so on. That's really what it is about. And hey, you can do so for just a little more than $1 on a day. I mean, awesome. Absolutely.
Spot on. Prem's nodding his head as a nature walking school deliverer in the bushes. As long as you don't jump out with that long coat on that you've got, mate, and scare some of the neighbours' children. We don't want you getting arrested, Prem. Prem Jahal, the old Bailey. But Bitcoin, can I pay my fine in Bitcoin, Your Honour? Go ahead, mate.
Apparently, you can do a number of government transactions in Bitcoin already. So let me show you something, right? I'm not going to show you the number of it, but I've got here a card. This belongs to the wallet called Wirex, right? Let me just cover the numbers. And below here, it says Visa, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere, oops, it says Visa somewhere. There you go, Visa.
Yeah.
And there's nothing else on it. It's just a lovely sort of turquoise green sort of a color. And it's got a number on it. Below it says Prem Johal Euro. And I can take this card on my app. I just move it from my hot wallet, or not, it's actually not a hot wallet, it's an online wallet, from an online wallet to the ATM side inside the same app. So this card isn't loaded all the time, but my wallet is loaded. So I move from my wallet into the card and then stick this on my government, if I got arrested for jumping out in a long coat. I wouldn't be doing that anywhere near children. I'm a father. What do you think, Keithy? But, I've got some, on the way back from the school run, there's some, other parents around that I'd like to scare. So, yes, in that case, a long trench coat, and I camouflage reasonably well also,
right.
with all the hair.
That's right.
But yes, you can pay pretty much any transaction you would ordinarily make online using a card of any sort, whether it's a charge card, credit card, debit card, ATM card, whatever card. It is simply being replaced by Bitcoin cards. So now I don't know if there's any available in Australia specifically, but there are many coming up all over the place. Some keep getting a lot of pressure from the local jurisdiction. So it's a little bit what Claudia mentioned earlier. There's a little bit of uncertainty about which card provider is doing the right thing, etc. But in theory, nothing. This is the future. It's teething problems. But yes, I will be able to pay fines with Bitcoin very soon. I already can, actually.
Very good. Well, I've been using Bitcoin. I've been living off Bitcoin basically for 18 months. And through CoinJar in Australia, they have a EFTPOS cards, not Visa or MasterCard, it's just EFTPOS. So I just swipe that and put my 4 pins in, PIN numbers, and pay. And that's my leading sales chat when I go to pay for coffee. I went, paid for my petrol and asked the lady, no, as a guy, a young guy, looked very similar to you, Prem, in the wild hair and beard look, but he was younger, in his 20s. And I did a lot Facebook Live yesterday. I said, why do people grow beards? Why do young guys grow beards nowadays? Because when I grew up and I was a young bloke, it was all afro hair and a moustache, like the 70s. But no, the only people with beards were the hippies that were living up in the hills and smoking bongs and whatever. But they looked a bit like you now, Prem. That's what I was alluding to, the bushes there, because all the ex-hippies are they're trimming their beards now instead of having long.
This is my expression of freedom, right? This is my expression of freedom. I no longer wear ties. I can tell you this. When I used to be in the one of the London offices, I had a couple of colleagues that would regularly walk towards me, flip my tie just to check the label to see if I'm a cheapskate or whether I'm spending on one of those expensive premium silk ties like your Zegna ties and stuff like that, expensive ones. So I actually went on a sale to Alfred Dunhill, the showroom in London, and I bought a whole bunch of good-looking ties, and I was known as a Dunhill man. I invested a lot of money in that. Why? Because people want to know, are you keeping up with us, or are you a loser? I don't care anymore about that whole mindset. I'm never going to wear a tie as long as I can help it. Obviously, if I'm seeing other professional people's professional clients, then for sake of the professionals I'm dealing with, I'm going to look the part. And then I will shave and I will do what is necessary. But right now, hey, I work from home. Why would I be running the sharpest thing in the house on the softest skin on my body? Why would I do that?
That's too much information on a Monday, Prem. We're just getting over the weekend, and you come up with all these weird things, mate. That walk in the bushes, you must have pricked your toe or something on some nettle that's put a little bit of poison that's got some sort of virus going around your bloodstream. But you're going slowly mad. You're a mad Englishman. That's not what we need in Swiss Gold Global. So put your sandals on next time, mate. No more bare feet. But getting back to what I was saying, the card I use in CoinJar, in Australia's EFTPOS card. So I buy everything using that card, and I asked this guy, a young guy, for my petrol, do you mind if I pay with Bitcoin? And he went, wow. And here's a classic. You're the first person who's ever bought anything with Bitcoin. And I said, you know about Bitcoin? Yeah, mate. I said, how much is it? Oh, it's about $3,000. I said, matey, yeah, it was about 9 months ago. But now, and I showed him my app, and I said, here it is, 7,000. Wow, I'm 9,000. He nearly dropped, fell over. But I said, in a couple of years from now in Australia, instead of me using this card, you'll have a Bitcoin scanner on your console, and I'll just log into my CoinJar account with my QR code, and I'll just pay for my petrol using my phone and use the QR code and pay for my petrol with Bitcoin directly in Australia. So you can do that now in Japan, South Korea, and Russia. But in Australia, I'm like you, Prem. I use this card and I swipe. It doesn't have the Visa logo or MasterCard, so I just EFTPOS. So I can only use it inside Australia. But I went to get Bitwallet, I think Claudia mentioned, but I don't think they're available outside Europe. Visa may have changed their way of running things, so I'll have to look for another card. CryptoPay. Anyone know about CryptoPay? Is that, Claudia, is that still worldwide that you know of, or is that restricted?
I think they're also restricted because of Visa.
Visa, yeah. They have some sort of regulations, yeah. Okay, great. All right, folks, it's an hour up. It's been absolutely fantastic. There's been some great comments there, and what Claudia and Prem have said tonight, you must take heed of. This valuable information about what Claudia said, that, you know, people just want to have, it's not whether it's Bitcoin or dollars or whatever, it's just the ability to earn passive income. We have it here with Swiss Gold Global, where you can start as a free customer, buy some contracts, start getting paid every day in Bitcoin, even when you're asleep, and wake up to an email on your phone. And if you can download those apps with a sound, that for a specific email, when it comes through, it's a ka-ching. You get that ka-ching sound on your phone, and your phone's sitting there. That's another sales tool. Yeah, your phone's sitting there, and every 10 minutes, we've got enough for accounts. Ka-ching, ka-ching. What's that noise? Oh, I just got paid again. While you're doing nothing. And that's the best part about our whole business. That's why I'm involved, because I like getting paid and I don't have to do anything except talk and drink coffee and eat burgers, mostly beef or chicken. But I do like the vegetarian part, Claudia, and that's like lettuce and tomato, and beetroot in Australia is very popular. And I do like the odd lentil burger, I will give you that. And I did have a gourmet hamburger shop in Sydney many years ago, and did sell lentil burgers and potato and pumpkin burgers. And how about this, just digressing completely, our chicken and banana burger with peanut satay sauce drizzled all over the top of it. Chicken and banana. Wow. There you go.
You know what? Chicken and banana is very common in Panama, actually.
Oh, is it? I was ahead of my time. Or perhaps I've got a bit of Panamese in me, maybe.
Sure, Panama. No, as Rem said, I'm not against meat. I like fish. The thing is, you know, again, does it come organic or is it GMO modified? Which, especially my travel through the US was very difficult in food.
Yeah. So you're not a fan of McDonald's. You don't like the two M's then?
No.
No. That's very.
I like the system though. I like
the system's great.
The genus duplication system. That's exactly what we have to do.
Yeah, it's just the product. They've got a problem with the product. That's all right. All right. Well, very good. Very diplomatically put there, Claudia. Very good. Prem, thanks for running the kids to school and jumping on. It's always fantastic to get your feedback and valuable insight and information as always, mate. Thank you very much indeed. And we do like your beard, but it's very, very statesmanly like. Nicely trimmed this week. That's very good. You must have washed your hair over the weekend, because that's looking not too bad either. All in good.
I'm going to get a monocle too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and a pipe, you know. That's right. I can tell you a few stories when I was in banking. You know, there's some rough stees there, and I can tell you. You know, we could go on all night with the anecdotes. But thanks for watching, folks. Over here, the feedback has been fantastic tonight. Make sure you share this. We like to have fun, because that's what making money passively is all about. Having fun, and like Claudia, going all over the world, traveling and meeting people and talk to people about making passive income. I want to get to that stage all around Australia. I'm going to chat to Bill specifically about around Australia, for people who are listening, about traveling around Australia in early 2018 to all the major cities and telling people in a forum that's organised. That's what I want to do in my own country. Prem wanders around the local neighbourhood with these pajamas on, talking to the parents that don't run away, and he informs them about living the natural life. And that's fantastic. And it all works. Whatever story we've got to tell people works, because people are looking for an opportunity. And if you're wondering, oh, how can I do this? You haven't met the person that can be one of the 5 to join your team yet. But just keep talking to people, and you'll meet that person, then you'll meet another one, another one, another one, and you'll meet your 5, and you look after your little family, and they grow with you, like Claudia. Claudia's family is a little bit larger than most people's families, like a few thousand, but she looks after her 5, look after their 5, look after their 5. Just look after your 5. Maybe I should do a little banner on that. Look after your 5 or something like that. I'll have to think of that. I'm getting ideas in my head here. Thank you, folks. It's been awesome. We'll hopefully get Bill on next week if he's not flying around and being delayed at airports. Thanks again, Claudia and Prem. Thank you, everybody. Stay strong. Have a fantastic week, and we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye. Bye-bye.